Stop. Don't scroll past this. Not yet. Give me just 2 minutes, because what you are hearing right now is not coincidence. It is not random, and it is not something you stumbled upon by accident. You were guided here, in this exact moment, at this exact second, for a reason that you don't fully understand yet. I am speaking directly to you, the one who almost skipped, the one who hesitated for a split second before moving on, the one who feels like this is probably just another video, but something inside you said, wait. That pause you felt, that wasn't doubt, that was a signal. And if you ignore it now, you may walk away from something that was meant to shift everything for you. You don't realize it yet, but there is something I need to show you, something that has been building quietly in your life, behind the scenes, while you've been distracted, overwhelmed, or simply trying to get through each day. You've been asking questions, even if you haven't said them out loud. You've been wondering why things feel the way they do, why certain doors haven't opened, why certain feelings won't leave you alone. And right now, you are standing on the edge of understanding, but only if you stay, only if you listen. This message is not for everyone. It is for the one who feels like something deeper is happening but can't explain it. It is for the one who keeps searching for answers in places that never satisfy. It is for the one who is tired of surface-level distractions and is ready, even if just a little, to hear the truth. If that is you, then you already know this moment feels different. You can feel it in your chest, in that quiet tension that won't let you scroll away comfortably. But here is what you don't know yet. There is a reason you've been feeling this pull. There is a reason your mind won't settle, a reason your spirit feels restless. And if you leave now, you will miss the very thing that explains all of it. So stay with me. Don't rush past this like everything else. Give me these 2 minutes, because what I'm about to reveal next is something you have been waiting for longer than you realize, and once you hear it, you won't see your life the same way again. You've been carrying something heavy, haven't you? Not the kind of weight people can see, not the kind you can easily explain, but the kind that follows you into quiet moments. The kind that shows up when the noise fades and you're left alone with your thoughts. You've been trying to keep it together on the outside, smiling when you need to, responding when people expect you to, acting like everything is fine, but deep down, there's a tension that hasn't left you. It lingers. It waits. And it speaks the loudest when you're alone. There are nights when your mind refuses to rest. You replay conversations, overanalyze decisions, question things you said, things you didn't say. You wonder if you missed something, if you made the wrong move, if you're somehow falling behind while everyone else seems to be moving forward. And even when you try to distract yourself, scrolling endlessly, watching something just to pass the time, it doesn't fully silence what's inside you. It just delays it. You check your phone expecting something that never came. A message, a sign, a breakthrough, anything that would tell you that things are finally shifting. But instead, you're met with silence. And the silence starts to feel personal. You begin to question your worth, your direction, even your purpose. You ask yourself things you don't dare to say out loud. Why does this feel so hard for me? What am I missing? Why does it feel like I'm stuck while everything around me keeps moving? And here's the part you don't tell anyone. You're tired. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally. Tired of trying. Tired of hoping. Tired of holding on to something you can't fully see yet. There's a part of you that wants change so badly, that craves clarity, that longs for something real to finally happen. But at the same time, there's another part of you that hesitates. that questions whether anything will actually change, that wonders if you're just setting yourself up to be disappointed again. So you exist in this tension, wanting more, but bracing for less, hoping for something better, but expecting the same. And it's exhausting. It feels like you're stuck between who you are and who you're trying to become, without a clear path between the two. But listen carefully, this feeling you've been carrying, this pressure, this confusion, it's not coincidence. It's not meaningless. And the reason it hasn't gone away, the reason it keeps returning, is because it's pointing to something you haven't fully seen yet. Something deeper is happening beneath the surface of your life, and you've only been experiencing the symptoms of it. And if you've made it this far, if you're still listening right now, then there's a reason for that too, because what comes next is going to challenge everything you thought this feeling meant. Something is already happening in your life and you've felt it, even if you couldn't explain it. That quiet shift, that strange discomfort, that sense that things are changing beneath the surface. It's not your imagination. It's not just stress, and it's not just another passing phase. There is movement taking place, something deeper than what your eyes can see, and the reason it feels unsettling is because it's pulling you out of what's familiar. You've been trying to hold on to what you understand, while something greater is trying to move you forward. And that tension you feel, that's the collision between where you've been and where you're being called to go. But here's where it becomes serious, because you have a choice, even now. You can dismiss this feeling, scroll away, and go back to what's comfortable, back to what numbs you, back to what keeps you distracted just enough to avoid facing what's really going on inside you. Or you can stay. You can lean into this moment, even if it feels unfamiliar, even if it makes you uncomfortable, and begin to understand what's actually unfolding in your life. Because ignoring this doesn't make it go away, it only delays what is already in motion. You've noticed the patterns, haven't you? The way certain things no longer feel the same. The way conversations that used to satisfy you now feel empty. The way your environment, your routines, even certain people don't align with you the way they once did. That's not coincidence. That's not you losing interest or overthinking. That is a sign. Something is being revealed to you slowly, piece by piece, and if you rush past this moment, you risk missing the clarity you've been searching for. And don't ignore this part, because this is where most people turn away. Right when things start to feel real. Right when the truth begins to surface. They leave too early. They distract themselves. They convince themselves it's nothing. And because of that, they stay stuck in cycles they were meant to break. Cycles that look familiar, feel familiar, but never truly fulfill them. If you leave now, you might go back to questioning yourself, back to that same confusion, that same heaviness you've been trying to escape. But if you stay, if you give yourself just a little more time to hear what's being revealed, you will begin to see why everything has felt the way it has. You will start to connect the dots that once felt scattered and meaningless. Don't rush this moment. Don't skip ahead in your mind. You're closer than you think to understanding something that could change the way you see your entire life. And what comes next is the part you were never meant to miss. Now listen closely, because this is where everything begins to make sense, not in the way you expected, but in the way you needed. What you've been calling delay was never delay. What you've been feeling as silence was never absence. And what you thought was rejection was never meant to harm you. It was alignment. It was protection. It was a redirection so precise that you couldn't see it while you were inside of it. You've been looking at your life through the lens of why is this happening to me? But the truth is it was never happening to you. It was happening for you. And more importantly, it was happening through you. Every moment that felt confusing, every closed door that made you question your worth, every pause that made you feel forgotten, it all carried meaning. It all served a purpose that you couldn't understand at the time because you were still becoming the person who could carry what is meant for you. You were not ready back then, not because you were lacking, but because you were still being shaped, still being refined in ways that required patience, ways that required you to let go of certain expectations, certain attachments, certain versions of yourself that could not go where you are being led. And yes, you hurt. Yes, it felt unfair. But what you didn't see was how much you were growing beneath the discomfort. How much strength was being built in the quiet. How much clarity was forming in the confusion. You thought you were losing time, but you were being prepared for timing. There is a difference. And now, you are stepping into a version of yourself that sees differently, that feels differently, that no longer settles for what once felt acceptable. That shift inside you, the one that made things feel unfamiliar, that was the moment you began to outgrow what was never meant to stay. This is why certain things had to fall apart. This is why certain connections felt distant. This is why you were pulled away from what once felt normal. Because where you are going requires a different mindset, a different level of awareness, a different identity. You are not the same person you were, even if part of you tries to hold on to that version out of comfort. And here is the truth you've been waiting for. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are being positioned. Everything that felt like it was holding you back was actually placing you exactly where you needed to be for what is coming next. So now, the question is no longer, why is this happening? The question becomes, am I ready to step into who I am becoming? Because your life is not falling apart. It is coming into alignment. And once you truly see that, you will never look at your past, your pain, or your present the same way again. Now this is where you decide who you are. Not tomorrow. Not later. Right here. In this moment. Because you almost skipped this, you were seconds away from missing a message that was meant to reach you at the exact time you needed it. But you didn't. You stayed. And that tells me something about you. It tells me you are not like everyone else who turns away the moment things get real. It tells me you are the kind of person who listens when it matters, who pauses when something deeper calls, who recognizes that not every moment is coincidence. This one was it, and you know it. So don't leave this moment the same way you entered it. Mark it. Claim it. If this message spoke to you, then respond. Type "I receive this" in the comments, not for anyone else, but as a declaration for yourself. Because people like you, people who are being aligned, who are stepping into clarity, who are being prepared for something greater, they don't stay silent when truth reaches them. They acknowledge it. They own it. They move with it. And as you stand in this awareness, understand this: what began in you during these moments is not coincidence. It is a seed. And what you choose to do next determines how far that seed will grow, not just in your life, but in the lives of others who are still searching, still waiting, still hoping for a sign like the one you just received. This is where your action becomes part of something bigger than you. I am stirring your heart for a reason, and as it is written, what you sow in faith will return to you in ways you cannot yet imagine. When you give, you are not losing, you are releasing. You are allowing a river to flow through you so that others may drink from the same truth that found you. If this message reached you at the right time, then this is your moment to make sure it reaches someone else too. I see the ones who respond when called. I see the ones who act when the moment is placed before them. This is your invitation to step into that flow. Use the super thanks, or give through the PayPal link in the description, or even through the QR code on your screen. This is not just support, this is participation in a harvest of souls, a light being carried further than you can see. So act now. Don't delay what you feel in your spirit. Step into this moment fully, and watch how what you release returns to you multiplied, in ways only I can orchestrate.